I really, really, seriously, I don't know if there's something wrong with my brain. There's probably something wrong with my brain. There are so many times, almost, like, I would say 3 to 4 times every single week where I just don't hit record. I sit there and talk, and talk, and talk, and talk, and then I look down and there's no recording at all. So we're back on Friday the 13th here, and kind of a sad revisiting to the game. As you guys know, I uploaded a good amount of Friday the 13th videos. It was something that I would, you know, play if I wasn't playing Call of Duty or something else, and even decide to play this game over other games at times where I was just like, I just kind of want to relax and laugh at stupid shit. And it's kind of sad just because all the news, it's been about a month or so since that news cracked. Well, a little less than a month. I think about 3 weeks or so. About 3 weeks ago, the news cracked that Friday the 13th, that they were in a dispute with the people that I guess originally are holding the rights to Friday the 13th or something like that. I don't know how this stuff works. So Friday the 13th as a franchise has always been shrouded in this really, I don't want to sound disrespectful to the people that actually own the rights to it, but what I want to say is that very, very stingy. Like, these rights are very, very, very well protected. They don't usually let a whole lot of people do a whole lot of things with Jason's name. They don't like to do a whole lot of things with all of that kind of shit if they can't profit from it in any way, shape, or form, you know what I mean? Which is completely understandable. That's their right, exactly. But it has been a problem, not just in this game in particular, but also throughout all of the Friday the 13th, through games, movies, merchandise, everything. Friday the 13th has always had a bunch of crazy copyright things going on, which prevents the franchise from moving forward and making actual additions to the franchise. So when this game was originally made, I don't know if they originally already had the rights to make it and then they're kind of like retracting it now, or if they never had the rights to begin with when they started making the game. I'm not really sure. But now basically they're being told, like through like lawsuits and shit like that, that they can no longer make further content for the game until this whole lawsuit thing blows over and, you know, figure out, you know, whether or not they can, or who wins, who loses, all sorts of shit like that. What's the agreement at the end of it all? And it's very likely that the devs over at Friday the 13th with Gunn and all that probably aren't going to win this, and even if they do manage to win, there's no telling how long this will actually take. So a lot of people are just calling the game, you know, completely dead in the water at this point. People were already talking about, you know, player bases and shit like that, and the player numbers and all that stuff. But this really puts a nail in the coffin, at least for now, I guess. There is the possibility that this whole thing does turn over and they are able to actually make further content for the game, but until then, there's no more updates for the game. There's none of that. I don't know if there will still be like stability updates and things like that, but for sure there's no more DLC. No more new Jasons, no more new counselors, none of that stuff. All this stuff that, you know, was exciting to a lot of people. In this game, I mean, compared to all of the other horror games that you could play where, you know, there's one killer or a couple killers or something like that, and then there's survivors and stuff that are trying to find their way out or kill them or whatever. I enjoy this the most. I've had the most fun on this game, the most memories. There's a lot of crazy ass characters that are on this game, not like the counselors in game, but the people that play this game. There are just certain games that have these atmospheres about them where a whole lot of people want to be a bunch of different characters whenever they're talking. So it's always been really fun in that aspect where people are always trying to make some sort of content on the game. It was just fun. I don't really know all of the details, but this guy is saying that there will be future I don't fucking know, dude. This shit is so confusing.
On hold.
Oh! What the fuck?
What I'm trying to say is...
Fucking hit him! Stupid fuck! What the fuck is going on, dude? I don't know if he realizes this guy is just... Can he grab him? Can he hurt him like that? I've never seen this. Yeah, she can die. Yeah, she's... Alright, well, that was fair. It's so bad that this is happening to the game that Victor Miller literally privated his shit. Holy fuck. And there's just a whole bunch of death threats and shit that were saying. It's pretty crazy, man. I can't find these tweets because his Twitter is private now, but this guy keeps claiming that he tweeted something about the game is still going to move forward regardless of the outcome. I don't know how that even makes sense, but what the fuck ever. Obviously, in place of this, I have been trying to play some Dead by Daylight just to have some more fun and stuff like that. And I remember, I mean, obviously people are going to compare the two games between Friday the 13th and Dead by Daylight. I mean, I did make the transition. There have been multiple times where I was playing the killer and the survivors and shit would be talking shit to me, telling me to go back to Friday the 13th. Friday the 13th for me has always been kind of casual fun. For me in particular. And Dead by Daylight doesn't feel like casual fun to me a lot of the time. Well, at least I guess with like all the trash talking and shit anyway. I didn't really get trash talked much on Friday the 13th. And she's dead. Goodbye, friend. I just came to this weird realization just now. I know this sounds like crazy, like fucking stoner thoughts or some shit, but I just realized that my online alias is Jev. I just realized that people on a normal basis call me Jev more often than Jason. I should legally change my name to Jev. Yeah, he's fucking dead. That poor guy. We never get to play as him either. I think what's his name? Dean? David? I don't remember. Probably not even close to either of those names. I chose to start playing Killer a whole lot in Dead by Daylight just because, I don't know, the whole Survivor thing stressed me the fuck out, and a lot of people, like, don't communicate or anything like that. And there's not much communication and stuff, so it's just pretty frustrating to play, to be honest. But I thought it would make me kind of like a dickhead to be a Killer main. I felt like I would be sitting around in long queue times. I thought everybody would queue up as a Killer, but apparently not. It's actually pretty well mixed, at least I think so. At least it feels that way whenever I queue up as Killer. I find a lobby of Survivors pretty quickly, so I have a lot more fun on Dead by Daylight whenever I play Killer as opposed to Survivor. I initially thought I wanted to be a Survivor, but nah, I'm good. I don't really know what Killer to main. I know who the best Killers are, but I know if I want to play the best, I'd be playing, you know, Hillbilly, playing Nurse, Hillbilly, shit like that, but let's fucking go. Is there nobody left alive? There's 4 fucking people. Where is everybody? Wait, this fucking door's broken. Shit, I'm dead. On top of that, I get way too anxious whenever I play Survivor on Dead by Daylight, so I genuinely get scared. I hate getting chased. And the Survivors on Dead by Daylight are different from the ones on Friday the 13th. Friday the 13th, they can actually outrun. Dead by Daylight, not usually. They will get caught up to, and if they don't kite properly, they're fine. I don't know if this guy's near me or what. I feel like he is, and I'm probably gonna die. I know the outhouses didn't work for a long time. I still don't know if they even work. So yeah, I'm not entirely sure if they're gonna be able to keep the game stable during this time or what's going on. I'm not really sure. What the fuck is this glare? Holy shit. This is kind of a similar thing that happens in Dead by Daylight. I was about to talk about how I don't really like how if you play a bad killer, or at least not the 2 best killers in the game on Dead by Daylight, you just kind of end up getting bullied by like full teams of survivors and comms. And even then, when you play like the really good ones, you can still, you know, lose pretty badly. I was gonna point out in this game it's the opposite, but not really. It's not a really good example. It's too much confidence in these guys. So we just gonna stand here and bully this guy? Yeah, I guess that's what we're gonna do. Alright, well. What? It goes quiet for about 10 seconds after that, and yeah, GG. That is not the way that you want to survive, but the dude just spent, I don't know how long, just getting kited by 3 Vanessas after everybody else left alive. I don't even know. Super frustrating. Hopefully, I mean, all these legal issues can get resolved so the game can, you know, continue at least getting the healthy updates that it needs. And until then, I guess we just sit back and watch, and we can play it, you know, for what it is now, and hopefully things don't get too, you know, unstable or something. Yeah, anyway, it's Friday the 13th, obviously, for, you know, the tradition of today being Friday the 13th. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Most recent videos will pop up on the screen here. Leave a like if you guys enjoyed, and yeah, it's been Jev, guys. Later.